Dear Pisces, thank you for coming back. If you're a returning subscriber, if you're new to the channel, welcome. Hope you enjoy the reading. I have already shuffled and laid out the cards. I use the 12 houses of the zodiac. So as the cards are appearing in each house, and those are the influences that are coming in for you at this time. So, for this month, the bottom of the deck, Scorpio, I transform. There's certainly elements of it appearing throughout your chart. Elements of this are running through, so it's kind of popping up all over. But it is exactly what it says, I transform. So somewhere along the line, you're having to do some deep self-analysis at this time. So it's a testing time in certain aspects. It's coming out in some of your houses here. So it's a testing time. You may feel a little bit alone, like you're pioneering through stuff. You're actually sort of wading through various things. But it really is about what you really want. Scorpio is all about desire. So what do you really want? Some deep self-analysis is required there, to actually, put a name to it, what it is, how you want it, when you want it, what it is you want really deeply in yourself. And then sort of going after it and doing whatever you can, transforming whatever you can in your life currently to achieve that or to put yourself in that path. Your finances this month, just be careful with that. You've got some good financial benefits coming in for you. Be careful with that you utilize them as best as possible to assist yourself. There could also be resurrection of some kind going on, because this is a regenerative, resurrective energy, something from something old, a new thing comes out of that old thing. So something could be resurrected for you, at this time. Okay, so let's start then with the first house. We have, your destiny. So now just to give you a bit of background for this month, with this, energy coming in, it's affecting a number of houses. You've got some major cards in these. Your 12th house, which is the house of the unconscious. The first house, which is your house of self. And then you've got the 4th house, which is your home and family. And then you've got the 9th house, which is the house of international travel, long distance travel, and also legal things. Also learning, any form of learning that you're undertaking at this time, or any kind of sort of expressing yourself in the public arena in some way. It's quite a broad house, the 9th house, and we will get to that and we'll sort of discuss it. Religion and belief systems also come up. So let's see now with the first house. This is everything to do with yourself, your physical body, your vitality, your life force. How you're projecting yourself at this time, how your personal independence, how you're making your way through the world, at this time, your daily interactions, your attitudes and how you're moving forward. So this kind of is setting your intention for the day and where you want to be, and so on. It's also how other people, perceive you at this time or at any time. So this is your appearance. How you're coming across to them. It's also, your characteristics and your personality. So this is how you're coming across to others at this time. With it's also all your self-oriented interests, anything to do with yourself. Whether it's a physical regime you're busy with, or something that you're busy toiling away doing, or some goal that you're working towards. With your destiny, this is a testing card. It's also a destiny card. So what's it saying to you at the moment is you need to stay focused on your journey right now, your own path. Okay. You need to be consulting, doing this deep self-analysis, which I already mentioned. This is, you consulting your inner GPS about, how you're going to do things. Because you already know the answers, actually. Your inner GPS, your inner knowing has got it already. So it's just a case of taking the time to actually consult your inner self and then navigating from there. You may feel that you have no support at this time. You may feel very different to others. You may have a completely different agenda to other people. You could be feeling even like a black sheep in some ways, just different, out of step with others. But that is appropriate at this time, because that will force you to go inward, and find your own truth about things. you won't necessarily need other people's advice and support, because you can actually solve it and get on yourself. You're going to be working on your purpose at this time. Fate is at work, so you won't be able to force things. You really just have to trust that all will work out as it's supposed to. You need to possibly work on your own or in privacy, and to pull that information out of yourself. There's going to be restriction and stress around you. Just cut out what is not serving you at this time, what is not working for you. Just cut it out, deal with it, and move on. You have the potential to achieve your goals right now, but you will be needing to make a few sacrifices along the way, and patience is required, also adaptability. So you need to be adaptable to what's coming at you every day. And you also need to deal with any health issues which are plaguing you at this time, or that are surfacing at this time. Deal with them, because that's also going to help you to be more confident with what it is you're trying to achieve right now. Then in the second house, this is your house of income. So your money, how it's coming in. It's also the house of your self-worth, and it's the house of your value systems. So what you value in yourself, what you value in others, and your possessions, what your ownership, what you actually own. So this can cover real estate, any kind of possession. Property comes in with this house as well. So money, general money, income, however that's coming in for you. So now, with the Jupiter abundance, lovely card coming in, this is bringing in abundance in some form to you. So it more than likely is some monetary benefit, but it will allow you to be expanding, to expand in some way, because that's what Jupiter does. It expands everything it touches. So a change of fortune is indicated. Obstacles that you have faced previously will be lifted. You'll have some kind of respite or relief. So possibly things that you've been really grappling with up until now will be sort of resolved, and you'll have that respite and that relief. You could also just be finding meaning and purpose at this time, whether this is with your self-worth or with your values. Finding your meaning and your purpose. You're going to be feeling stronger. There's also lots of feelings of generosity that come with this card, and you could be receiving the generosity, or you could be giving it out. But it's a very beneficial card. It's a very happy card. It brings good luck, and also divine help, some kind of divine intervention or divine assistance. So, this card is known as the Kingmaker as well. So with this card, the other side of it, and because it's falling in your monetary house, it does kind of have an impact, is that you can fall prey to excess or overspending or overindulgence of some kind. Okay, so whether this affects your weight, which therefore affects your self-worth, or whether it's purchasing things that are just too much, over the top, not necessary at this time. So just be aware of that. Use your income to the best of your ability, and for good purpose, and to lift you up in whatever way is appropriate for you. Then in the third house, another lovely card. Third house is your house of your communication, all forms. So written, verbal, body language, how you express yourself, whether it's online or physically. It can also be to people around you in your workplace or just in general, but it can also be a wider audience and the public as well. So it could be online or physically, like making speeches and actually conducting sessions with large audiences. It can be that as well. So it can also be interactions, communications with certain people in your family. So this is relatives in general, aunts, uncles, cousins, and siblings come in. It can also be to do with neighbors and your local environment. It's also the house of documents, and contracts are governed by the third house. So all of that, because it's written, right? It's also the house of short trips and journeys. This is local trips around and about. So with this is really about your wonderful talents and abilities, your even hidden talents and abilities that you perhaps have not harnessed at this time. They may be surfacing right now. Everything's karmic with this card, everything. So it's things rising to the surface. It's you moving onto your path in some way. So this is, you expressing your talents and abilities, and even discovering the ones that you didn't know about. It's about exploring ideas. It's about destiny. destinies at work. It's also somehow you will arrive at a place of your highest good. So somehow through your interactions, or through something that you undertake, you will arrive at a place of your highest good. It's about expansion and opportunities. This is your north, where you're headed, and where you can make the most impact in your future. So this is the door opening to your future. Changes and shifts will occur. There will be swift changes and shifts, but they will be for the better. So whatever goes on initially, eventually it will smooth out, and you will start to see the benefits of where you're headed. It's about optimism. Pot of gold is kind of this as well. It's also that you will be meeting soul family members. So these are people that you have deep connections with. You just instantly know them somehow deeply, and they're there to support you, and they're going to assist you in some way, shape or form. And you will bond with them, which will be very, very helpful. But this is all contacts that you've built up over lifetimes, or even if you don't believe in past lifetimes. And this is, good karma that you've built up now in over your lifetime. Then in the fourth house, we have void of course moon missing. So fourth house is the house of your home and your family. So your home is your physical home, the actual structure where you're currently residing. It's also the atmosphere in the home and the people in your home. And it's also your relationship to your roots, your foundation, your family, your ancestry, your ethnic identity. Some people have quite a difficult relationship with that. Others have a very good one. Some are creating new ones. So it's all about that. So now, this is, apart from the card in your first house, which is everything to do with yourself. This is the next bump that's coming in. This is to do with your home and your family. These are all connected. So I feel with the deep internal changes that you are making, it's going to affect how you're expressing yourself daily, but it's also going to affect you in this arena as well. So it's possibly to do with family issues, that something is coming in for you. What this card is saying is, that you need to just stay as you are for now. Because a void of course moon, when it's changing from one sign to another, it goes through a quiet patch where it's just, you lose the light of the moon. So it goes quiet. So things are not quite as they seem, really. So you don't have that insight of the moon. It's not a very long period, probably about a week or so. So just see how the energies are moving out, playing out for you. But just stay as you are for now. Let any storms that are occurring pass over and resolve themselves. So take no action at this time. Be patient and let matters settle. So don't undertake anything new or untried at this time. This is a time to sleep, to rest, to dream, to plan, and to meditate about what you're going to do. It's very much a pause period, just to gather yourself and prepare for forward action when the energies shift. The reason why it's saying is don't introduce new things or go for untried things is because they may tend to go wrong, or they just won't work, or you'll get mixed results or not the result you want. Okay. So it's misguided, really. Just stay as you are and let the energy settles. And then once it's better, then you can move forward. Then in the fifth house, we have water element sensing. Fifth house is your house of your personal creativity. All of us use creativity every day in everything. It's not necessarily artistic ability. It's your creative feelings and the way you look at things, the way you project yourself, the way you do things. So it's all about your creativity. It's also about children. So whether these are your children or children that you are associated with, and everything around children, even having children, conception and so on. It's also the house of love affairs, if that's appropriate for you. And it's also the house of all forms of pleasurable recreational activities. So pleasurable activities, that's where the love affair comes in as well. All those lovely, heady relationship things that go on. And it's also any kind of recreational activity, fun, recreational activities where you get stuck in and you use that to lift yourself up. It could be sports. It could be knitting, whatever turns it on for you, whatever is appropriate for you. So now with water element sensing, this is saying to you that you need to trust your feelings right now and just go with the flow. So keep your boundaries in place. don't be taken advantage of at this time while you're quiet, because this is a kind of a low energy phase. It's a quiet phase. Again, you're gathering resources and energy for when you need to move forward on something. So this is a gathering phase. It's a quiet phase. It's an introspective phase. Again, a lot of self-analysis going on. You're doing a lot of inner work. If it's not you, then it could be your children that are displaying this. So, you'll have to just see how that works out for you. But it's also a time to retreat and just possibly work alone or in privacy, which keeps coming up. It's also a time to access your imagination. It is a time to, if you are artistic, to be pursuing artistic pursuits, or just something you want to do, whether it's making pottery or any kind of pursuit that is going to be good for you, any kind of activity which is harnessing your artistic abilities or your imaginative abilities. It's also about music and writing. All of these things are indicated with this card. It's harnessing that. You've got very good connection to the divine at this time. You may be getting downloads right now. It's a pause period before forward motion. So you may have a bit of low energy, not be really wanting to interact too much at this time with others. It could also be that you're visiting bodies of water at this time. So that could be a lake or a river or the ocean. Just something like that could come in at this time. So a recreational activity which involves that, or where you go to a water body and you do activities around or on it or in it. All of that could come in for you, and it's a very appropriate time for you to be doing that. Okay, Pisces, have a wonderful month. Please don't forget to like and share, or like and subscribe, and take care, and I will see you next time.